The movie begins with the main character, Benjamin, a hacker, sitting in an interrogation room. He didn't get caught, he turned himself in. Walking straight into Europol's office, he claimed he could lead them to the hacker group, Friends, and even the Russian cyber mafia. But he had one condition: he would only talk to Hannah, a specialist from the cybercrime division. When she arrives, she wastes no time and asks why he surrendered and why he specifically requested her. That's when Benjamin begins his story. Growing up, he was a lonely kid without friends, always dreaming of having a superpower that would make him a hero. His life felt like something out of a comic book, but not in the way he wanted. His father ran off before he was born, and he was raised by his grandmother. The only thing she had left from her father, a soldier killed on the Eastern Front during World War II, were a few spent Soviet shell casings. Hannah interrupts him, unimpressed. She's not here for a sob story. She wants facts. Benjamin smirks and performs a small magic trick, subtly making his point. Every detail matters. Hackers, he explains, are just like magicians. Both rely on deception. At 14, he discovered programming, and soon after, he realized he had a talent, not for creating things, but for breaking them. Hacking became his superpower. In the dark corners of the internet, which he visualizes as a subway car filled with masked figures, Benjamin is known as "Who Am I?" But there's one hacker above all, Mr. X. He's a legend, the best of the best. His claim to fame? A guide on how to buy the stimulant Ritalin without a prescription. He also preaches the 3 golden rules of hacking. No system is safe. Aim for the impossible. Have fun, both online and in real life. That last rule is the hardest for Benjamin. He's had a crush on Marie, his former classmate, for years, but never had the courage to make a move. Then one day, fate gives him a chance. He bumps into her at university and, determined to impress her, decides to hack into the system and steal the exam answers. Maybe then, she'll finally notice him. With a stolen set of keys, he sneaks into the server room. It should have been smooth, but luck isn't on his side. A security guard catches him in the act. For his first offense, Benjamin is sentenced to community service. Now, instead of hacking into networks, he's stuck picking up trash on the streets, fueled by stolen Ritalin and frustration. Maybe at that moment it finally hits him, what emptying the recycle bin really looks like in real life. During a smoke break, Benjamin meets Max, a guy with an effortless confidence that makes him instantly magnetic. Max doesn't sugarcoat things. He tells Ben straight up that life isn't unfair, he's just a loser. Surprisingly, Ben opens up, admitting that he hacked the university's server. Max's quick, pointed questions make it clear he knows exactly what he's talking about. A mutual respect forms between them, and just like that, Ben finds himself with an invite to a wild party. Following the 3rd rule of hacking, have fun both online and in real life, Ben decides to go. The party is chaos. Drunk students, flashing lights, and the haze of substances fill the air. But this world isn't his. He doesn't fit in here. That changes when Max takes him upstairs to meet 2 other hackers, Stefan, a programmer, and Paul, an engineer. Together they form a team, but they're missing one key role, a coding expert. That's where Ben comes in. To prove his skills, he hacks into the city's power grid and shuts down the electricity in the entire district. Suddenly, the party is thrown into darkness and chaos erupts. When the police show up to break things up, the group bolts. Turns out, this isn't Max's house after all. Somewhere in the chaos, Ben runs into Marie. She looks at him, recognition flashing in her eyes. They went to school together. But before anything more can happen, everyone scrambles in different directions. The next time Ben and Max meet, Max shows him another side of hacking, social engineering. He walks into a cafe, finds an old receipt in the trash, and with enough confidence and a well-placed complaint, walks away with 2 free donuts. He hands them to a homeless man outside. It wasn't about the food, it was about proving a point. People are easy to manipulate, you just have to know how. The crew soon moves on to their next mission. They steal a van and head straight for a neo-Nazi gathering. Stefan and Ben are the ones who go inside. No other volunteers for this suicide mission. Armed with a thrown-together invitation and an overdose of confidence, they bluff their way into the event. While Ben sneaks over to the laptop on stage, Stefan climbs up and secures a small projector. The rest of the team waits in the van. Then, the plan goes live. A parody video mocking Hitler plays on a massive screen, throwing the entire gathering into chaos. The neo-Nazis explode with rage, searching for the culprits. As they rush to trash the van, the hackers are already long gone. Their first mission as a team is a success. Back in the interrogation room, Hannah is skeptical of Benjamin's story. He leans in, smirking, and casually drops her insurance number, personal history, and even some highly sensitive medical details. He's not just talking, he's proving a point. Everything he just revealed about Hannah, he got it from her computer. Meanwhile, Ben's house turns into Clay's headquarters. Riding the high of their success, the group decides on a name, an acronym for Clowns Laughing at You. Their motto, hacking isn't about money or power, it's about chaos, fun, and proving that no system is truly secure. Their next stunt happens on a rooftop. They tap into a financial communications network, hack the stock exchange, and, just for laughs, manipulate the price chart into displaying an obscene hand gesture. It's reckless, absurd, and completely pointless. But it works. With every new hack, they up the stakes. They infiltrate company after company, posting videos of their pranks online. Soon, their clown mask logo is everywhere. News outlets report on them. The internet loves them. Clay is becoming a phenomenon, but it's still not enough for Max. He doesn't want to be an internet meme. He wants respect. He wants Mr. X, the legendary hacker, to acknowledge them. But Mr. X doesn't even know they exist. Meanwhile, Agent Hannah is deep into her investigation of a bank hack. The suspects, a group called Friends, rumored to be tied to the Russian cyber mafia, the same organization that will soon manipulate the US presidential elections. Then, out of nowhere, Mr. X reaches out to Clay. He sends them a classified Europol report, Hannah's investigation. The document dismisses Clay as harmless pranksters, not a real cyber threat. And to drive the point home, Mr. X sends them a set of rattles, mocking them as nothing more than children playing in an adult world. For Max, it's a slap in the face. Determined to prove themselves, the group plans their biggest stunt yet, an impossible hack that will put Clay at the top of the Darknet's food chain. Their target? The intelligence agency's server. This is not a prank. They infiltrate a paper processing facility, looking for any lead that could get them inside. A simple greeting card, signed by an entire cleaning crew, gives them the perfect blueprint. Using this, they craft a phishing email. The unsuspecting manager, responsible for janitorial staff, clicks the malicious link, unknowingly giving Clay access to the system. Fake IDs, disguises, and a little social engineering later, the group walks right through the agency's front doors, posing as cleaning staff. It's the most sophisticated hack they've ever pulled. Every move is perfectly executed, but as Ben connects to the agency's servers, he hesitates. Then, in a split-second decision, he goes beyond the original plan. Instead of just leaving behind a joke, he downloads classified intelligence. Hours later, Clay is celebrating in a nightclub. Ben runs into Marie again, but the moment is ruined when he spots her kissing Max. Betrayed and humiliated, he leaves without a word. Fueled by anger, he does the unthinkable. He reaches out to Mr. X and hands over the stolen intelligence. In an instant, Ben, not Max, becomes the one worthy of Mr. X's recognition. Back at Europol, Hannah receives an urgent report. The intelligence agency's server was breached. A new name is attached to the attack, Clay, the same group she once considered harmless. Later, Hannah examines the body of a hacker from Friends, shot dead, presumably by the Russian cyber mafia. The next morning, Ben's teammates storm into his place, furious. Arguments explode into a fistfight. Meanwhile, Paul watches a news report on the murder, revealing a disturbing truth. The dead hacker was actually an informant for law enforcement, a Trojan horse inside Friends. Then comes the real bombshell. The media reports that Clay is responsible for the stolen intelligence. The team turns on Ben. The plan was just to leave a prank message. No theft, no risks. But Ben confesses he sent the files to Mr. X. Realization hits hard. Mr. X must have been the last surviving friend and eliminated the informant himself. With no other option, Clay makes a bold decision. Track down Mr. X and hand him over to the authorities. If they pull it off, they might salvage what's left of their reputation. They log in from a public library. Hannah's agents monitor their activity just as Mr. X invites Ben into a private chat, sending him a mysterious file. The moment Ben downloads it, law enforcement storms in. The hackers scatter. Ben barely grabs the flash drive before slipping away. Hannah spots a figure in a clown mask among the bookshelves. She gives chase, but the masked figure dives under a table, evading capture like a mischievous schoolboy. The failed operation cost Hannah the case. She's removed from the investigation. Meanwhile, during interrogation, Ben admits what Mr. X wanted, to plant a Trojan inside Europol's servers. But Clay had their own plan. infect his system instead. First, they need access to Europol. To erase their tracks, they burn down Ben's house and head straight for Europol's headquarters. Infiltration proves harder than expected. Every plan falls apart. Then, by pure luck, Ben finds a visitor pass. Playing the part of a clumsy guest who lost his wallet, he slips inside and plants a signal interceptor. Success. They gain access to the Europol servers and pass the connection to Mr. X, but he sees through the trap, outmaneuvering them. Instead of getting caught, he flips the game, exposing Ben's real identity, address, and photo online. Instantly, hitmen, built like Trump's election security, begin hunting him down. Ben barely escapes, but when he returns to his hotel, he finds his teammates murdered. During interrogation, Ben places 3 bullet casings on the table, 3 shots, 3 friends. He offers Hannah a deal, witness protection in exchange for Clay and Mr. X. Meanwhile, in the darknet, rumors spread. Mr. X betrayed his own people, handing friends over to the feds. Confused, Mr. X searches through anonymous forums trying to understand what happened. Then, in the middle of the digital chaos, his clone appears. Someone has stolen his identity, using his account against him. As the fake Mr. X removes his mask, it's not an imposter at all. It's Ben. He played his idol, uncovering his real identity, an ordinary scrawny American teenager who didn't even finish high school. Seconds later, the FBI storms in and arrests Mr. X. Hannah informs Ben that soon he'll be free, with a new name and a new life, but as she drives away, doubt creeps in. Something doesn't add up. She revisits his burned-down house. It's still standing, completely intact. She questions Marie, but the girl insists she hasn't seen Ben since school. The final piece falls into place when she talks to his family doctor. Ben's mother suffered from dissociative identity disorder, and it's hereditary. Worse, Ritalin, the drug Ben takes, can amplify symptoms. Visiting his grandmother confirms her suspicions. The bullet casings he placed on the table, they weren't from his murdered friends. They were old Soviet rounds, relics from World War II. Ben's teammates never existed. They were fragments of his mind, personalities he created, each one embodying a trait he either had or desperately wished he had. Every hack, every break-in, every operation, it was all him. Alone, his mental instability makes it impossible to put him in witness protection. Hannah prepares to bring him to trial. As they drive, Ben apologizes for hacking her computer, and in that moment, she makes a decision. She hands him a way out, one final hack. If he can breach Europol's servers and erase his identity, he can walk free. As she watches him go, she asks one last question. What's the trick? Ben smirks, saying that people see what they want to see. And just like that, he disappears into the world. But a flicker of doubt crosses Hannah's face. In the final scene, a transformed Ben stands on the deck of a ship, the ocean stretching endlessly before him. Footsteps approach from behind. Marie, followed by Max and the rest of Clay. The truth unfolds, the entire story about dissociative identity disorder, a carefully crafted illusion, a perfect con designed to manipulate Agent Hannah into granting him access to the servers so he could erase his compromised identity. And the best part, he barely had to do anything. A little staged breakdown, Marie playing along at just the right moment, and the rest, that was all Hannah's own mind filling in the blanks. The greatest trick ever pulled. Pure social engineering at its finest.